Hello everyone. Today we are going to start our next unit, that is unit 5 chapter 10, and this is the last unit of your syllabus. In this chapter 10 you are having this price and equilibrium point under the perfect competition, under monopoly, and under monopolistic competition. I have already made the slides for you all and you have written down the notes, I hope. So price and equilibrium point on the perfect competition, how the price and the equilibrium point is determined on the perfect competition. It is the equilibrium point means when the demand and the supply curve, when the demand and the supply are intersecting with each other. That means the demand and the market supply have to be equal. Equal means it is in equilibrium. A firm's price will be determined at this point, means when the firm is having the market demand, it is same as the market supply, then we say that the firm can decide a price for its product and it will reach in equilibrium point. Now here in short run, equilibrium will be affected by demand. What is this short run means? Short run means when the variables, when the inputs are not changed much. It is fixed in nature. So in that case, they will get the equilibrium. That means it will be equal only when it is demanded. Okay, and in long run, both demand and supply of a product will affect the equilibrium in perfect competition. That means in long run, where both the inputs can be changed, that is the labor and the capital can be changed in the long run, they are all variables, then the equilibrium will be a point where both demand and supply come together and meet together, and that becomes a equilibrium in perfect competition. So in short run it is affected only by demand, and in long run it is affected by demand and supply. A firm will receive only normal profit in the long run at an equilibrium point. Now one thing is very important out here is, when in the long run we take into consideration the demand and the supply of the product, how much demand will be there for the product, that much only you will supply the product, and when it is exactly the same, you reach in the equilibrium point, right? And in this equilibrium point there will be only normal profit. That means there, how much profit have to be earned by the firm will be only the normal. Now there are two conditions of equilibrium of a firm. This is very important, you must know this. That is, the MC curve must be equal to the MR curve. MC is equal to MR. Now what is MC? MC is marginal cost and MR means marginal revenue. The marginal curve must cut the MR curve from below, and after the point of equilibrium it must be above the MR. Now this MC curve, whatever the marginal cost curve is there, it should cut the MR curve, marginal revenue curve, from below. And from this point, after this point, the equilibrium must be above the MR. So this full explanation you can understand with this diagram. See here, under condition of perfect competition, the MR curve of a firm coincides with the AR curve. Now you can see here, this is the MC curve. You can see in this figure 1, here we take the cost and here we take the output. So when you see the curve of MC curve, this is MC curve, and here one straight line is there, that is your AR curve and a MR curve. AR means average revenue and MR means the marginal revenue. So when you see this diagram, you can see that's 2 point A and B. Now when you see the curve is going down, now in this point it is going down, right? Is it MC is equal to MR? Yes, it is. MC is equal to MR, but this is not the equilibrium point. Why it is not the equilibrium point? Because this curve is going down from here, and here it is cutting this. It is reaching at this point again, in this B point, right? So here also you can see MC is equal to MR. It is together, it is coming, right? Just let me go back once more. It is just reaching this point where MC is equal to AR, right? So in this point, after this point, what is happening? This MC curve is cutting the MR curve from below and it is going up, right? So this will be the point where there is an equilibrium. That is, both the MC curve and the MR curve is intersecting with each other, and the second condition is that the MC curve, this curve, MC curve is cutting the MR curve from below. From below, see, from below it is going up, 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 and at certain point it is going above this MC curve. So here also we have seen this, see, the MC curve must be equal to MR curve. The MC curve must cut the MR curve from below, and after a point of equilibrium it must be above the MR. It must be above the MR. It is must be above the MR. So it is above this MR. You can see this. So this is our equilibrium point where demand and supply is equal, or else AR is equal to MR and MC is above the MR. Now, explanation of the diagram, I have already explained to you this diagram. So you can see from here again, you can read it by yourself what has been given here. Now, short run equilibrium of the firm. What is short run equilibrium of a firm? Short run means when you cannot change the input. The inputs are not variable. They don't change according to the level of output. They are fixed. So at this point, what happened in the short run, you can have the factors of productions in the fixed, the number of firms in the industry is fixed because neither the existing firm can leave or nor the new firms can enter it. Now in this one, when we see short run, in short run there is no tendency to expand or contract its business and want to earn maximum profit or to incur minimum losses. The short run is a period of time in which the firm can vary its output by changing the variable factors of production. The number of firms in the industry is fixed. Now in this short run, since the number of industries are fixed, you cannot change the profits or how much losses you are going to incur. So in this short run, there is always a tendency that the firms or the industry cannot leave or cannot enter the market, cannot enter in the new market and cannot leave the market, because in short run the industry is fixed in nature. Okay, next is price and equilibrium point under monopoly. Now monopoly is what? It is a single seller who are selling goods, and they are selling very unique goods which they don't have any kind of substitute. They can charge any price they like from the customers. This is known as monopoly. Now how the price and equilibrium point will be determined in monopoly? The monopoly, whenever you are selling something unique products in the market, you always have the power to decide the price by your own, right? So if you are thinking that from some consumers you need to charge more price, from some consumer you need to charge less price, it all depends on you, because you are the only seller. Monopoly means single seller. So the seller is having the power to decide the price whatever they like. Now in this one, they always, the seller, the monopoly, that means the single seller, always want to maximize their profit. They always want a more profit compared to any other markets like perfect competition and monopolistic competition. They always want to have more profits. Maximizing the profits is the main aim. Now in this case, when we are saying the price and equilibrium, how these two conditions will be applied is, the conditions of equilibrium of monopoly are MC curve must be equal to MR curve, and MC curve must cut the MR curve from below. So this condition, these two conditions are similar with the perfect competition. As I have given in the graph also, you can see that MC curve must be equal to MR and MC curve must cut MR from below. But addition to this one condition, these two conditions, there is one more condition in monopoly, is that is total revenue and total cost approach. Total revenue and total cost, under this again they have to be equal. Now what is this thing? Monopolies can earn maximum profit when difference between TR and TC is maximum. There should be a difference between these two. What is revenue? Revenue means how much you are getting, income, right? Cost is what? How much you have spent it. So if you are having income more than what you have spent it, that means you are having a profit, right? So whenever the TR is higher than the total cost, you are having a profit, and it is the maximum profit. How much the total revenue is, as much as the total revenue is higher than the total cost, you are always having a profit. By fixing different prices, a monopolist tries to find out the level of output where the difference between TR and TC is maximum. So you have to always see the monopolist is seeing that the total revenue, whatever the income he earned, he have to see that it is not exceeding the cost. It is not exceeding his total cost. If in case the total cost is increasing and he's getting less income, less revenue, then there will be no profits. So in order to get the maximum profit, what the monopolist have to see that his revenue, his total revenue should always be higher than the total cost, and it have to be the maximum to earn the maximum profit. Okay, so and this point where TR and TC is maximum, here it will be known as an equilibrium situation. Okay, maximum means the TR should be the highest in case of instead of TC, and in that case it will be reaching a point where it is known as equilibrium situation or equilibrium point. So this is under the monopoly situation how the price and equilibrium point is determined. So I'll repeat one more time. Price is determined by looking the MC curve and MR curve. He want to earn profit. Since he is the only seller, he can maximize the profit by charging different prices from different customers. And how the equilibrium point is reached? Equilibrium point is reached by looking whether the total revenue curve is the maximum with the compared to the total cost. The next is your short-run equilibrium under monopoly. Under this short-run equilibrium monopoly also, it is the same as the perfect competition. Here also we are keeping the fixed factors like plant and machinery are fixed in short period. You cannot change it, right? So for that reason, in short-run equilibrium, there will be only, they can enjoy super normal profit, and any kind of losses. In case of long run, they can have normal profit, but in case of short run they can always have super normal profit. Super normal profit means more profit, very high profit. Normal profit means it is just the normal way to survive the profits and sustain losses in case the total cost gets more higher than the revenue. If you are earning less revenue than the cost, then the money you spend it, then you can suffer certain kind of losses, right? So in case of short run, we the monopolist, what we can do is we can enjoy the super profit. That means we can earn higher profits, normal profits, and even incur certain kind of losses. Next is price and equilibrium point under monopolistic competition. Now what is monopolistic competition? Monopolistic competition is that there are many large number of buyers and sellers are there, but the products are a little bit different. It differs in their varieties, in the quantities, in the qualities, they differ. So monopolistic competition under this also, what is it saying? The conditions will be similar with the perfect competition and monopoly. It is a combination of monopoly and the perfect competition, right? So under this, the equilibrium price and output is determined at the point where the short-run marginal cost equals the marginal revenue. Again, the same thing it is saying, that whenever there is equality between the marginal cost and the marginal revenue, there is always an equilibrium price, how it have to be determined. Now here one more thing is written. If the marginal revenue of a seller is greater than marginal cost, he or she may plan to expand his or her output. Now if marginal revenue, if your revenue is more than the cost, then you will be able to expand your output. You can supply more of it, or you can produce the output more. On the other hand, if marginal revenue is lesser than the marginal cost, it should be profitable for the seller to reduce his or her level where the marginal revenue is equal to the marginal cost. So in this case, if the marginal revenue is less than the marginal cost, what decision the seller have to take? They have to reduce the supply of the goods and reduce the production of the goods so that it becomes equal. It becomes equal means the marginal revenue becomes equal to marginal cost, so that at least you can earn a profit. If the marginal revenue is becoming less than the marginal cost, then you will not have any profits, right? So for that reason, the marginal revenue have to be equal to marginal cost, so that at least you can earn a normal profit. And if the marginal cost is becoming higher than the marginal revenue, then you can get profits, that you can get more profits, and you can produce more of the goods and supply the goods to the consumers. Now again, short-run equilibrium and the monopolistic competition, it is also again the same thing. Under the short run, since everything is fixed, what happens? The marginal revenue is equal to the marginal cost, and it sets the price according to its demand curve. How much demand for the product is there, according to that, in the short run they make a decision, and in the decision what they have to see how to get the profit. They can get the profit only when marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. It have to be equal. If you want to get more profit, then MR should be greater than MC, and if you get loss, then MR should be less than MC. And if it is just equal means you are earning a normal profit. And for all the firms, that is your perfect competition, your monopoly, and your monopolistic competition, the same diagram will be applicable. And you can see the conditions of the price and equilibrium point is same for all the structures of the market. That is, this MC curve is equal to MR, and MC curve must cut MR from below. In perfect competition also we have the same condition. In the monopoly also we have the same condition, but in monopoly we have another one condition extra addition to this, is total revenue and total cost approach. But in case of perfect competition and in case of monopolistic competition, we have only two conditions, that is MC curve is equal to MR and MC curve must cut MR from below. But in monopoly, two additional concepts are there, that is of total revenue and total cost. And in the short run also it is the same thing, that they earn supernormal profit, normal profit, and even can suffer some losses. So hope so this is clear. Thank you.